There we go. All right.
Everybody, let's make it another good one. We're on our way.
What are you doing? Oh, man, you're not gagging, are you?
Look out!
Hey, my name's Raul. I need to know how many people do we have for this edition of You Don't Know Jack. One player.
Just the
hey,
one.
Don't worry, we'll be your designated friend. Go ahead and type in your name. Oh, yeah. Do you want a 7-question tournament length game or a full 21-question?
21, thank you very much.
Oh, boy.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Mavis.
30 seconds.
Your buzzer is the letter B. That's B as in brilliant. Just brilliant.
Don't it roll?
20 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, I don't really remember. I think it was like 18.
All right, listen up. As soon as you think you know the answer to a question, buzz in. Then you have to hit the number that corresponds to the answer you want. You
Yeah.
got that?
10
I
seconds.
mean,
9,
luck.
8,
I think it's a good thing we didn't get
All
a
right,
lot
we're
either.
going. Lose the
Five.
desktop.
Because I don't know how many more of
Three.
those questions we have
best
left.
friend gets a little too friendly.
Two or three left. Okay. I could buy that.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV. My name is Schmitty, and I want to be the first to congratulate you for dragging yourself away from the idiot box for a minute so that you could sit in front of a computer game by yourself. Okay, looks like just the two of us today, huh? Great. Now I can say whatever I want to. Yeah, baby. Okay, come on, let's go.
All
Category,
right.
please.
And now climbing up the charts all the way to number 1.
Here we have, home is where you hang your Tiger's hat. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Forward march. Considering the name of the estate where he lives, what might you expect to see Magnum P.I. sitting on? Large mushrooms, blue eggs, a pound of bacon, or the back of a manservant?
I don't know.
Hey, if you got a minute, take a look at this. Magnum lives in the guest house of Robin's Nest. Well, that's one way to meet chicks.
Oh.
Throw me a category.
Well, skunked again.
We're calling this one, Let's Spend the Night Watching TV. Get this one right, you get $1,000. All right, give me your best shot. If you would watch the Rolling Stones' 1967 appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show when they sang Let's Spend the Night Together, how would you have heard them sing the chorus? Let's spend a dime together. Let's get real tight together. Let's spend some time together. Or let's skin a lion together.
I think it's spending time.
On the Ed Sullivan Show, the Stones were asked, and they agreed to sing the song as Let's Spend Some Time Together. And I think they're singing it that way these days anyway. Too old to spend their nights doing much of anything else. Give me a category.
Well, we went from songs we couldn't sing on TV to...
For your viewing pleasure, you can't go there on television. You get this one, you pocket $2,000. All right, Sullivan fans, how about this one? When the Doors were on the Ed Sullivan Show, they were asked to change the part of Light My Fire that says, we couldn't get much higher. What did the Doors wind up singing? We couldn't begin to tire. We couldn't get much higher. You don't have to call me sire, or I want to be your test of fire.
I think they sang what they wanted to sing.
They didn't change it. I mean, what's the big deal? It's not like Jim Morrison whipped out his clock or anything. Is that what that says? What is that? Oh. Oh. Time to pick a category.
Spotless window, shining floor, do it all with number 4.
Open wide and get ready for give me a C, a bouncy C. $2,000 for a correct answer. Okay, let's say it's karaoke night at the All-Star Lounge and all your favorite TV personalities are there. If only stars who sang the theme songs to one of their own shows are allowed to karaoke, which of these stars could not take the mic? Chuck Norris, Lee Majors, Bruce Willis, or Nell Carter?
I think Bruce Willis, that was not his voice on Moonlighting.
Although he fancies himself quite the vocalist, Bruce Willis has never sang the Moonlighting theme song.
That was Al Jarreau.
Now make sure you show up tomorrow night for the All-Star Striptease Night. I hear Demi's gonna be there, and I know you didn't see that movie.
You're right, I didn't see it.
All right, I need a category. Shake hands with who needs love when you can just watch TV? How does $2,000 sound? Hey, you remember that made-for-TV movie Goddess of Love? Yeah, well, do your best. Considering who played Venus in the TV movie Goddess of Love, which of these casting choices might you also expect to see? David Hasselhoff as Apollo, Larry Hagman as Pluto, Michael J. Fox as Cupid, or Pat Sajak as Zeus?
Oh wait, I think that was Vanna White as the Goddess of Love.
The Goddess of Love in the TV movie of the same name is played by Vanna White, so one might think, nay, hope, that Pat Sajak would play the King of the Gods. Yeah, I always thought that Pat Sajak had a weird power. It's almost as if he's in charge of some sort of Wheel of Fortune or something. All right, pick a category.
Tonight's topic, 6 in the workplace.
Let's see what we got going. K9 versus Rover. We're playing for $3,000 this time. So, do you remember NASA's Pathfinder mission? Suppose the Pathfinder mission to Mars encountered Marvin the Martian. What would Marvin use to get rid of the pesky Mars rover? The Imrudu M2-36 space modulator, the aluminum Q-36 space modulator, the ammonia P-36 space modulator, or the Illudium PU-36 space modulator?
I think it was Illudium.
Marvin the Martian, that little P-head guy, he uses the Illudium PU-36 space modulator to threaten the Earth. He also threatened to use his helmet to scrub the rings off Saturn. Give me a category. All right, flesh, butt, spits, I'm poor.
Gibberish question.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. He's a killer on the dance floor. Let's get the ball rolling at $5K for this gibberish question. Okay, you're going to have about 30 seconds to solve this thing, but every second and a half, I'm going to take some of that cash back. Okay, take a look and tell me with what TV phrase does this gibberish
TV
rhyme?
phrase.
Face a vinyl gun.
Fear.
Fear. And don't be confused by the punctuation.
Oh.
Now's the time to type in your answer. You know, I could make a joke here about Kirk getting into Uhura's final frontier, but I won't. Oh, screw it! Yes, I will! I guess I kind of
You already
did, didn't I?
spoiled the
All right,
joke.
let's move on. Throw me a category.
Join us as we explore the fascinating world of 8.
Let's take a look at In a Manner of Speaking. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Okay, take a look at the following analogy, and when you know the answer, speak to me by buzzing in. You got it? Jesus is to parable as Gerald McBoing Boing is to syncope, anagram, sound effects, or alliteration.
Jesus uses parables to teach. Gerald McBoing uses what to teach?
Well, that'll make an exciting story, won't it? Just as Jesus often spoke in parables, Gerald McBoing Boing is a 1950s cartoon boy who speaks in sound effects. My disciples take these loaves and fishes and... Category, please.
We fill your tank and check your number 9.
May I introduce a good hunter eats what he kills. I'm gonna give away $3,000 this time. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. Imagine being forced to consume Dee Dee McCall from Hunter. If her nickname were literally true, what would most likely happen after the first bite? Your throat would freeze, your tongue would turn to salt, you would break your teeth, or you would burn your lips.
Okay, I've seen a little bit of Hunter, but I don't remember her nickname.
What do you say we check out the right answer? Dee Dee McCall's nickname on Hunter is the Brass Cupcake, which makes it really hard to get to her creamy filling.
Yeah.
Time to pick a category.
The following is a test of question 10. This is only a test.
All right, give it up for He Said Slot. You get it right, you get 2K. Okay, let's imagine that because Beavis and Butthead got their own movie, now they feel like they can review movies the way they do videos. If Beavis and Butthead want to avoid repeating the controversy that caused their show to be moved to a later time slot, which movie should they definitely not recommend to kids? Drugstore Cowboy, Firestarter, Body Chemistry 4, Full Exposure, or The Last Temptation of Christ?
Did it have something to do with fire, maybe?
You want to see what the smart money says? Beavis and Butthead was pushed back from its early time slot when a 5-year-old torched his own trailer home and his mother blamed the show for inspiring him. So they should definitely not review Firestarter. Besides, if the boys are delving into the canon of Drew Barrymore's work, they're going to get more mileage out of Poison Ivy. That's the end of round 1. Don't touch that dial because we're going right into round 2. Don't forget, everything in round 2 is worth double, so heads up. All right, I need a category.
11, come on, girl. Good question.
I believe this one is called a turkey. Oh, the horror! This one can get you $6,000. Okay, bear with me here. You know that Thanksgiving episode of Cheers when the gang had a food fight over at Carla's house and Norm brought over that big giant turkey? Well, suppose that turkey uses the show as a springboard into a lucrative film career. Now, based on the name given to the giant turkey on the Thanksgiving Orphans episode of Cheers, what might be the title of his first feature film? Would it be Tyrannosaurus versus Turkeysaurus, King Kong versus King Turkey, Frankenstein versus Gobblestein, or Godzilla versus Birdzilla?
I've seen some Cheers, but I don't remember this one either.
Here's the one the winners pick. On that famous Thanksgiving episode of Cheers, the giant bird is dubbed Birdzilla.
Good thing I didn't try it. I was
actually a
thinking
bird,
Turkeysaurus.
And Godzilla is actually a god. All right, pick a category. Well, what do we have here? Playing Brady games. 4K coming your way for a right answer. Okay, Brady fans, I know you're out there. I want you to think about the show's opening and then take a look at this picture and tell me which 3 characters from the Brady Bunch have been checked off for the win. Marsha, Carol, and Mike, Marsha, Greg, and Jan, Marsha, Alice, and Bobby, or Marsha.
I think that's Marsha, Alice, and Bobby.
Marsha, Alice, and Bobby are in a row from the top left corner to the bottom right. Which explains Alice's purpose on the show. You can win 4 ways with her. Yeah.
Sam the Butcher wouldn't like that very much, though.
Flash, we interrupt this game to bring you a special question.
For your enjoyment, 10 million strong and growing. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. Well, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I ate those Flintstone vitamins like they were candy. Say the Flintstones characters could only take the vitamin made in their image. Considering their vitamin is only a recent addition, who ran the greatest risk of malnutrition? Pebbles, Betty, Bam Bam, or Dino?
Oh my goodness. Bam Bam? No.
Should have picked this one.
Betty.
Up until 1996, Betty was not able to take her own vitamin. I hear Barney was behind the conspiracy. I guess he thought osteoporosis would shrink Betty down to his height. Throw me a category.
I remember growing up on the mountain and sharing my bedroom with 14.
The category? Hi, I'm Hammer. Can I nail you? You want 6,000 bucks? Give me your right answer. Okay, you know how on Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, there's this beautiful woman who follows Mike Hammer around for the whole series? Well, imagine this mysterious woman starts a phone sex line. Based on her name and the only part of her body we see, what might be the number? 1-900 lick face, 1-900 hot butt, 1-900 rub legs, or 1-900 big boob?
I got a feeling the answer is legs.
See ya.
No?
Okay, now here's a good answer. The Face, as she's called, follows Mike Hammer around the whole series. He finally meets her in the last episode and finds out that she's collecting info for a mystery novel. Yeah, so what? I've had a beautiful woman follow me around for 3 years before.
Yeah, but there was your parole officer, Smitty.
Will you shut up?
And she was ugly.
Get out of here, old man! Give me a category.
The thrill of answering. The agony of 15.
And our special guest tonight, a long, strange TV show. If you know this one, you're getting 4,000 bucks. Heads up, here it comes. Imagine Robinson Crusoe is picked up by a ship and thinks he is hallucinating because he sees mermaids on board. Which ship has picked him up? The Riptide, the USS Enterprise, the Love Boat, or the SS Minnow?
Mermaids?
For the curious, here's the right answer. In its last season, the Love Boat featured a group of performers called the Love Boat Mermaids in an attempt to save the show. And get this, one of the mermaids was played by an actress named Macarena. So, you know, it had to fail.
Oh.
All right, I need a category. All right, don't freak out on me or nothing, but you're
Dis
about
or
to jump
dat?
head first into a dis or dat. The category for this dis or dat is she ain't heavy, she's my
Macarena.
sister. Okay, I'm gonna read off 7 items, and for each one, I want you to tell me if the item applies to Marsha Brady, Jan Brady, or both. As each one comes
Oh dear,
up, if it applies
both?
to Marsha, press 1. If it applies to Jan, press 2. Press 3 if it's both. And hit 4 if you want to skip. I'll give you $1,000 for a right answer. And 1,000 is taken away for each incorrect answer. And of course, any you don't get to. All right, I'm putting 30 seconds on the clock. It's showtime. Swollen nose, Marsha, Jan, or both?
Happy Marsha.
Glasses.
Jan.
Hair of gold.
Both.
Loves Desi Arnaz Jr.
Marsha.
Looks like Aunt Jenny.
Jan.
Plays Juliet.
Marsha.
Last one. Buys a wig.
Jan.
That's all 7. Yeah, way to go, Professor. Let's see your new score.
All right. Thank you, Nick and Knight, for that one.
Well, good things happen. All right, pick a category.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
God bless.
You're beautiful.
The category is the acting first lady. You get this one, you pocket 2,000 bucks. See what you can do with this one. Say Nancy Reagan is so disgusted by her guest appearance on an 80s sitcom that she decides to change her Just Say No slogan. Based on the show, what might be your new slogan? Just say no to Arnold. Just say no to Joey. Just say no to Flo. Or Nanu Nano.
She was on Different Strokes.
Nancy Reagan showed up on Different Strokes. And considering her usual wardrobe, that episode must have been black and white and red all over. Time to pick a category.
You know what? You're playing great. I'll stop bugging you now. You know what?
Hi,
Actually, just one
Columbo.
more question. Question 18.
Let's have a big warm welcome for Cliff. Stop complaining and go to work for once. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Pencils ready. Let's do it. If lovable doctor and family man Cliff Huxtable from The Cosby Show wanted to recreate Bill Cosby's very first network TV role, what might you see him do on the show? Teach his kids the basics of spying, dance and sing about Texaco with his kids, introduce his kids to his animated friends, or try to guess what his kids do for a living.
I think it would be The basics of spying.
Bill Cosby co-starred on that 60s show I Spy.
With Robert Culp, who was in a
Cliff
bonded
Huxtable
TV
will
show
make a
himself.
great spy. Nobody will spot him in those sweaters he wears. Give me a category.
Minty cool, minty fresh 19.
Today's specialties include Yabba Dabba Don't. How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, imagine you're a fly on the wall in the modern Stone Age town of Bedrock. If Flintstones characters used the products they endorsed in actual TV commercials, which unsavory scene might you witness? Fred puffing on a Winston cigarette, Wilma pulling on a Playtex girdle, Barney chugging an old-style beer, or Betty applying Compound W medication?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
So you don't lose any sleep over it. Reynolds Tobacco was one of the original sponsors of the Flintstones, and Fred and Wilma were in a commercial sucking on Winstons. Now I know why Fred was always hawking loogies.
Oh, okay.
Throw me a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
This one's called
It's a Beautiful Day in the Cubicle.
I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. See if you can wrap your skull around this. If Mr. Rogers wanted to be on a show that resembled his job before hosting Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, on which show would he most likely want to work? Amen, Dangerous Minds, The White Shadow, or Taxi?
He was a praster before becoming a
Mr.
host.
Rogers is an actual ordained minister, so he'd be right at home with the ministers and deacons on Amen.
And the Lord said, let there be sweaters, trolleys, and puppets, and the Lord saw that this was good. Can I get a positive affirmation from the congregation?
Category, please.
You've almost made it to the credits, but first, the attack. When you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, you get $2,000. If you're wrong, you're losing $2,000. Oh, and one more thing to remember. Remember the clue. The two words that match have to fit this clue. It's always about you, isn't it? Especially right now. Good
All
luck.
right, that'd be Genie. Lucy. Oh, Ricky. Wow. Away. Mama. Eyewitness video? Dora. Maybe it's Joan. It is Joan.
Sweet mercy, you're like some kind of machine! Check out your score! That's the game!
I can live with it.
Wow, that was an exciting game. That was a real thrill. You were the best player we've had by far. Now do me a favor, will you? Look to your left, now look to your right, now repeat after me.
Oh, no.
Great show, everybody. Lovely work as usual. Raoul Hun, what's going on now?
Congratulations, player. Very fine example of jack technique. Unfortunately, it really doesn't mean anything in the real world. If you'd like to play again, let me know.
The Civil War battles of the networks.
All right, this concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack TV. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the section below. Spread the word. We'll see you next time.